Director Joss Whedon blew the doors off the superhero movie world with The Avengers, but his follow-up, Avengers Age of Ultron, kinda left a few things to be desired. From weird plot points to mysterious helicarriers that pop up right when you need them, here are a few of the dumb things about Avengers Age of Ultron everyone just ignored. Why is Stark still Iron Man? Before Age of Ultron, the last time we saw Tony Stark was in his solo flick Iron Man 3. Stark spends most of that film dealing with the post-traumatic stress from the alien invasion in the Avengers. He eventually realizes he doesn't need the armor and walks off into the sunset with Pepper Potts. Nice. Great ending. So long, Tony. So then, why is Tony flying around in a shiny new suit when Age of Ultron rolls around? We never get an answer. And Age of Ultron basically ignores all the character development and growth that we saw in Iron Man 3. Why? Well, probably so he can go and make the movie's villain by accident. Speaking of which, Tony Stark is wildly irresponsible. Ultron might get top billing, but seriously, Tony Stark is the real villain of this movie. He tinkers with technology and magic he doesn't understand, and then just sets the whole thing to run on autopilot, so he can go party. And then he's somehow surprised when an evil AI is born from the all-powerful Infinity Stone. Even worse, when Captain America calls him out on his idiocy, he gets all defensive and shifts the blame. Sure, his intentions may have been noble, but building some fail-safes into his insanely dangerous experiments might have been even nobler. Or at least run some antivirus software or something, dude. Missing in inaction. The big party scene early in the runtime was one of the best moments in this film, serving as a fun reminder that this is a big, expansive universe. But where did Falcon and War Machine disappear to when the action started? At least War Machine shows up right at the end, but Falcon is still nowhere to be found. Wouldn't having an extra flying guy be useful during this gigantic battle that threatened an entire city? And it'd be one thing if these characters hadn't showed up early on. But come on, they're already in the movie. What could Falcon possibly have had to do that'd be more important than helping save the entire freaking world? Oh, well, never mind. What the helicarrier? In Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Cap forces S.H.I.E.L.D's helicarriers to blow themselves up, and then the whole S.H.I.E.L.D. organization disbands. But right when the Avengers need it most, boom! A helicarrier comes out of nowhere to save the day. That's not only really convenient, it also makes no sense. The helicarrier was eventually explained away in an episode of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but expecting people to watch a supplemental video to explain the plot contrivances of Avengers Age of Ultron is even dumber than this random helicarrier. Couldn't they have found some other way to get around?
You know, I have the authority to downgrade your ass to a Winnebago.
I'm aware of that, sir.
Logicbuster. Fans have been clamoring for a straight-up Iron Man vs. Hulk fight ever since the MCU became a thing, and Age of Ultron delivered in spades thanks to Iron Man's Hulkbuster armor, which is so powerful it allows Tony to go toe-to-toe with a big green guy. Awesome, right? But if the Hulkbuster armor is that amazing, why doesn't he just use it all the time? It seems silly to develop something this awesome and only use it for this one specific fight. You know, maybe the crazy powerful Hulkbuster armor could have come in handy when the Avengers had to battle a certain murderous robot trying to destroy the world. Speaking of which, Ultron's dumb plan. So, Ultron is an infinitely advanced AI with a bloodlust. He wants to take out the Avengers and also all of humanity. Hey, go big or go home, right? He quickly lets loose inside the internet, and though we're told he can't access the nuclear launch codes thanks to Jarvis fighting him off, there's still a lot of other things he could mess with. How about the electrical grid, the water supply, the fuel supply, traffic lights, air traffic controllers? Why not hijack every piece of tech used by the Avengers and turn it against them? The list goes on. But instead of causing global panic and making toasters kill people, Ultron decides to build a humanoid super body, recruit a couple of freaky super rave kids to help him fight, and then drop a city on the Avengers? That seems needlessly complicated. And stupid.
What's the vibranium for?
I'm glad you asked that because I wanted to take this time to explain my evil plan.
Look, Ultron, you may be like a super genius robot guy or whatever, but when your plan is officially dumber than the plot of Maximum Overdrive, you messed up.
What the hell?
Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Plus, check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.